morning, Meadowbrook. Welcome to today's Meadowbrook Minute broadcast. Reporting to you live from our Film and Broadcast Media Studio, I'm George.
And I'm David. It has been a great start to the school year. We have a great show today, so let's get started. Favorite classroom in the middle school last school year? Let's watch this feature story on middle school English teacher Mr. Saslow, produced by Lauren and Sophie.
I don't know if I ever made an active choice to become a teacher, like there was one moment, but my parents are both teachers, so it sort of comes naturally. My dad was my teacher in middle school, and I always knew that it seemed like a really fulfilling and interesting job, so it was the first thing I tried out of college, thinking that maybe I'd only do it for a few years. Found it so interesting and never boring and fulfilling that I wanted to keep doing it. I loved English as a student. I continue to love it. I think it's so incredibly fun and powerful to teach storytelling, media, and I think the skills of English, like close reading, are applicable way beyond just like a text. But middle school is an awkward time. I just remember feeling self-conscious, but I was pretty athletic. I played sports, and that was a big part of my identity at the time. I started my teaching career in Los Angeles, teaching at a big public school, 2006, 2007, the moment that was like the funniest or the craziest in a class. It wasn't particularly funny for me, and so the technology in the classrooms was still these like overhead projectors, but they're these big pieces of glass that you put like a transparent sheet on, and then it's a way to project it. And I like had the overhead projector by me, and I was saying something to the student, slammed my hand on the projector for emphasis, and it was glass, so it shattered. And I pulled my hand up, I was bleeding, it was like a mess. I can laugh about it now. At the time, I did not think it was very funny. Hobbies outside of school, they've shifted since I have a 15-month-old at home, so less time for hobbies, so I really have to prioritize. Exercise is a big one. I absolutely love to run. I love to watch movies, and then spending time with my dog outside, my wife, my dog, my baby, just like getting outside even in the winter. I got into juggling. It connects back to my middle school. Had like a part of their theater program was circus. So I got really into juggling. Diablo, something called like the rolling globe, these big balls you jump on. If you could pass a test and you could do 100 consecutive throws with clubs, they sort of look like bowling pins, then every Friday you could juggle fire clubs. If I could give a piece of advice to middle schoolers, I think it would be that other people, like your peers, your teammates, they're not actually thinking about you as much as you might think they are. And I don't mean that in a negative way. They're not actually thinking about you, and can sort of realize that it actually opens you up to like be yourself, not worry too much about how you're being perceived.
Wow, I did not know that Mr. Saslow can juggle. That's so cool.
For sure. Thank you, Mr. Saslow, and all of our English teachers for being awesome. A reminder that Picture Day is coming up next Wednesday, September 17th, for JK, SK, 1st, 4th, and 5th grade. And on Thursday, September 25th, for 2nd, 3rd, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Hey David, what makes you happy?
Playing basketball with my friends. How about you?
Right now, anchoring the Meadowbrook Minute. Let's hear what makes our Meadowbrook community happy in a fun segment made this week by Grace and Lauren.
Today we're going around and asking people what makes them happy, inspired by the art wall in the rotunda.
Something that makes me happy is spending time with my family.
I love the sunshine, the beach, and hanging out with my boys, Bradley and Weston.
Costa Rica makes me happy.
What makes you happy?
My family, traveling, and I would definitely have to say food.
Probably taking a nap after school.
Coffee, Saturday morning, 7 a.m. to be more precise, with a quiet house.
Teaching math.
It's so nice to see all the new art in our Meadowbrook halls and how it inspires our community. We've also got some teachers doing new things here at Meadowbrook. Let's head over to Jensen, live in the studio with Miss McKeon, to learn about her new role as the interim head of lower school.
Thanks, George. And thank you, Miss McKeon, for joining us live today. Could you tell us what your role is?
This year, my role is the interim head of lower school.
And my job is to make sure that all students and faculty and families have the best Meadowbrook experience as possible.
Could you explain to us what you mean by interim role?
Sure. So interim means in between. So right now I am the head of lower school in between Miss Mehta and the person that will be the permanent head of lower school starting next school year.
What are you excited for about this year, and is there anything you'd like to share with our community?
Well, the year has gotten off to a really great start, and I've been so impressed with the way that the students have settled in, and I'm really just excited to see all of the learning and growth that is going to happen this year in the lower school. And I'd just like to share a thank you to all the faculty and students and families for all of their support this year, and I'm looking forward to working closely with them this year.
That sounds great. Our school is really lucky to have you, Miss McKeon. Now back to David and George at the news desk.
Thank you, Ms. McKeon, for coming into the studio, and good luck in your new role. We are so excited for the sports season to kick off today. Here's Grace with our first sports report of the year.
Thanks, George. We've got a lot of games today. To start the fall season, both JV and varsity volleyball teams are playing away at the Park School. Varsity girls soccer is home against Park, and JV's girls soccer is home against Dana Hall, and JV boys soccer is away at Beaver Country Day. Good luck to all of our Meadowbrook athletes. Have fun out there. Now back to the news desk.
Thanks, Grace. Last year we introduced a new segment called Tiny Teach. Let's watch this segment, Tiny Teach segment, produced by Jensen.
Welcome back to another episode of Who's That Tiny Teach, where we show you a tiny teach, and it's your job to guess who it is. If you guessed Miss Akbari, you'd be correct.
It's always cool to see our teachers when they were kids. Now, here's this week's new Guess the Desk produced by Brady and Jensen.
Welcome to Guess the Desk, where we show you a teacher's desk and you have to guess whose desk it is. If you guessed Mr. Finnegan, you'd be correct.
Wow, nice guess, Mr. Finnegan. You've got a lot of cool bird pictures. And thank you, Tenley, for producing the new Guess the Desk intro. It looks great.
Well, that's a wrap on today's show. We'll be back again next Friday morning, September 19th, for another show. We hope you'll tune in. Reporting for the Meadowbrook Minute, I'm George.
And I'm David.
See you next time, Meadowbrook!